Testing, testing. Testing. How's it sound? Mic check. Can y'all hear me good? Good quality? We good? Audio's good? Sweet. Sweet. What's up, folks? What do you do? Alrighty. As you can see, this is what we're going to be working on tonight. Finishing up these sketchies. These little sketchy doodles. So, these were the rough sketches, and now I'm going to clean them up. Do our rendering. My hands are a bit chilly, so it might take me a little bit to warm up here. It's cold. It's cold today, folks. It's gonna be cold for the next week here. And I live in Florida, and supposedly on Sunday we might get some snow here where I'm at, which is a rarity. Only once in a millennia does it happen here. So I'm stoked for that. Yo, Josh, are you ever planning to make variants, subspecies, deviants, or that type of thing for Colgraph? Yeah, I'm gonna have some like cousin species and things like that. I don't know if I'll just name them just as like a variant. I don't know if I'll use any of those like terminology, but yeah, I'll have stuff like that. Yes, yeah, we'll have that. Soup up. What up? We need to see like a supremely old Brutonitrus, bro. Well, the old ones are the ones that have the white fur. So this is the one I just recently finished. So they have brown fur from, or fur, feathers, whatever the hell you want to call it, from being a young chick all the way through adulthood, and then as they age and become elders, then they get the white. They get the white fur. So the one, the drawing in the bestiary book, which you can pick up on Amazon worldwide. So technically that would be like an elder B-Rex, since it has the white mane and beard and all that good stuff. Lando Commando, what's up? Draco, what up? I always think of, whenever I hear Draco, I think of Draco Malfoy from Harry Potter. 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 You gotta emphasize the P in Potter. Draco means dragon in Latin, yes I know. But if you ever hear somebody named Draco, that's what I think of. Join the soup cult. The soup calls. The soup calls to all. It beckons to thee. Join the cult. There's the link, the Discord link, as posted by K1. The progenitor of the soup cult, some might say. I have a question about the B-Rex. Would you say it has a stronger bite force than an actual T-Rex? Yeah, dude. T-Rex is a little wuss compared to the B-Rex. Come on now. Come on now. This is a fantasy world, alright? We got like powers up in this joint. I've watched your videos, but I was wondering if you considered wanting to add demons to your world building. Yeah, demons exist. I talk about them a little bit in some of the videos. Soup demon. The demon lord of soup. He's a powerful adversary. I could use some hot soup right now in this cold weather, you know? That'd be nice. Or like a warm cup of chili. The beard. Some hot cocoa? Oh, you know what I want? A little campfire. Or a little bonfire. Do some s'mores. That'd be great right now. Perfect weather for that. You had vegetable soup the other day with decent chunks of beef. It was so good. Nice. Nice. You never had s'mores before? Oh, you ain't lived. Never had s'mores? You gotta get the graham crackers, the marshmallow. I don't know about y'all, but when y'all do the marshmallow, how much do you cook it? Do you get it like black all on the outside? That's what I do. Or at least on one side, I like to get it black. Then you got to go with the Hershey's milk chocolate, all right? Some people use Reese's peanut butter cups, and I heard they're good. But Hershey's milk chocolate, that's the way to go. I prefer the classics. I have classic tastes, some might say. Get it to a golden brown, yeah. Some people will burn the hell out of it, man. They just fry that thing. I don't go that far. But I definitely want to have that nice little crisp, you know? That texture. You live in the Caribbean. We don't really have things like campfires. I mean, you could always make a fire. You could start a fire. The B-Rex's face always kind of reminds me of Bowser a little bit. Any of y'all get those Bowser vibes a little bit? I think it's just because the horns, the eyebrows, and the hair. Reminds me a little bit of that Bowser action, you know what I'm saying? Bowser subspecies of the B-Rex. Bro, Bowser's like one of my all-time favorite video game characters. Did y'all see the latest trailer for the upcoming Mario Galaxy movie? Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. I like the first one a lot. Another movie? It's not out yet. The trailer's out. But yeah, go watch the trailer. Go watch it. Yoshi's in it. They're introducing Yoshi in the next movie. You never played a lot of Mario games? Oh, Mario games are the classics, man. Mario 64, one of the greatest games of all time. Mario Galaxy also. I think Super Mario Sunshine's up there too. I feel like that's a little underrated, underappreciated, but the mainstream, the mainline Mario games, those are all good games. Then you got all your damn spin-offs like Mario Party and Mario Kart, of course. Mario Kart, classic. Who doesn't love some Mario Kart? Noah, how we souping this thing? I'll let y'all decide. I looked at your stream closer. I love how you gave yourself a pencil sword. That's right. It's my weapon of choice. The holy pencil blade of creation. Are you drawing these for fun or for a full-on field guide of the B-Rex? Well, I mean, I've done like the B-Series stuff before, but I just wanted to do a bunch of different, because I'm testing out like new layouts like this. So I'm just going to accumulate a bunch of different B-Rex sketches and stuff and throw together this new template. So, plus like, I do so much of like drawing new creatures all the time that I don't spend too much time working on like the ones I've already established. So for some of them I want to develop them a little bit more. There's just so many damn things to world building, you know. I still need to do environmental designs and start telling some stories. I still have tons of characters to introduce, so there's just not enough time in the world for me to get it all done. Best Mario game, Super Smash Bros. Yeah, Super Smash Bros. Is elite. But I don't know if I could say Smash Bros. Is a better Mario game than like Mario 64. Come on now. Come on now. Slinky, what it do? Super Mario Bros. 2 supremacy. Super Mario Bros. 2 is good. Honestly, Mario games, I feel like consistently, as many Mario games as there are, they're consistently good games. You know, some are obviously better than others and some are great. You know, some are like, you know, they're okay, but in general, Mario games are usually pretty fun and pretty good quality, so. If only Pokemon did the same with their games, you know? If only they could always crank out good quality, you know what I'm saying? I've just about given up on Pokemon. Imagine this as one of the Colgrath creatures, a quadruped that no other creature would mess with ever. Obsidian-like skin, very terrifying, but small and has teeth. Inside acting like a meat grinder. Ooh, grinding bones. Hello, Colgarathians. The B-Rex is looking badass. And speaking of the Mario, I'm so hyped that they put the best dinosaur in the franchise, the T-Rex from Mario Odyssey, and Yoshi, of course. Yeah. I actually didn't play. I played a little bit of Mario Odyssey. I think my pretty sure my older sister has it, and I borrowed her game, but that's like the one mainline Mario game I didn't beat. I wasn't big into the like realistic like kind of world, you know, like the with like normal looking people and stuff. It's always weird seeing like the clash of different styles. Like Mario's a hyper stylized human design, and then walking around amongst like normal looking people. That always like weirds me out. But I heard Odyssey was a really good game. The upward spikes make me think dragons and other adult Rexes probably prey. Well, I mean, they're gonna have some interfighting amongst the species. They're very aggressive, monstrous beasts. And of course, this is the fantasy world, so you're gonna have all tons of giant monsters and creatures. So it's very dangerous. So a lot of these beasts are gonna be well armed to deal with the hazards of the world. Down with Nintendo. Down with Nintendo. I mean, they still make a lot of good games. Mario games are still good. Zelda games are good. I didn't play that new Donkey Kong game because I don't have a Switch 2, but I watched a playthrough of it. It looked fun, but I feel like I'd probably get bored of it pretty soon. If B-Rex was a monster on our bet, they can take on both Devil Joe and Rajang. Versus Rajang would be a fun little battle. The classic T-Rex versus Kong archetype, or giant gorilla versus T-Rex. I reckon we soup it like chicken soup. Cut off the meat and leave the horns. Extracting the marrow from them, put it in the soup. Dang, you going all out with the marrow? Going all out with the marrow? Alright. Bone marrow is very nutritious. Yes, it is. What was the best time you thought of an idea and knew it was going to be a creature design? I don't even know. I don't really quite understand your question. What was the best time you thought of an idea? I mean, if I'm doing creature designs, I think of just creatures to begin with. What brushes do you use? All the standard ones, and then this one is just an adjustment. This brush I use here is an adjustment of this fat pencil. I just altered it slightly to make it less chalky looking, I guess, and then a little bit more pen-like, but still having like a pencil type of feel. And then everything else is just the brushes that come with it. And then I've bought this brush pack. Either bought it or it's free. And then same thing with this one. But I very rarely use these. That's only if I do like little quick background stuff do I use any of these. Everything else I just use this. And then just the basic brushes provided. I don't do none of that fancy shit here, you know what I'm saying? So ultimately it's the artist, not the brushes. Josh, big hug from a Brazilian fan who designs inspire many artists, including myself. Thanks, Lucas. What up from Brazil? Chama. Brazil. It's gonna be a weird angle. How am I gonna get these little chest fur, the old chest pubes? Box of socks says hi. What up, box? Where's box of socks at? Do you remember me? I was telling you my lore about my world. So I remember the name Cypher. An individual hunter of a race with a B-Rex as his companion based off of Spear and Fang from Primal. That would be badass. Yo, I need to start watching the new season of Primal. Has anybody been watching it yet? Is it good so far? I figured I'd just wait till all the episodes come out and then just binge watch it, but reminds me of Bowser a little bit. Boom! See? We just talked about that earlier. Told y'all. A little bit of Bowser up in that face. Look at that. Sao Paulo? Chama. Hope to go to Brazil one day. That'll be cool. See my guy Poeton. Go train with Poeton there for a little bit. Josh, what I mean is by what was your best this will be a creature design moment? I don't think I've really had like a best this will be a creature design moment. I just kind of just sit down and start drawing, or I might have like an idea of like something beforehand that I want to do, some sort of themed, or maybe start off with what type of creature I want to design, and I'll think about mechanics that I want to give to it, or some sort of elemental abilities, or how it would interact with its environment. The new Primal season is quite interesting and gloomy. Yeah, isn't he straight up zombie now or something? I follow Gendy on Instagram, and he's always posting little trailers and stuff. Yeah, don't spoil. Don't spoil. No spoilers. Who would win in a fight, the B-Rex or Devil Joe, and would they beam clash? Bro, B-Rex all day. Fuck Devil Joe. I like Devil Joe, but normal Devil Joe doesn't really have much powers though, you know? He's just like big buff dude, big buff pickle. So we're rolling with the B-Rex, all right? Savage Devil Joe though, that'd probably be a different story now. That's upgraded Devil Joe. What soundtrack? Just Monster Hunter background music. Just a Monster Hunter. Oh, speaking of, since we were talking about movies and trailers and all that stuff, what do y'all think about the Odyssey trailer? What do y'all think about Christopher Nolan's Odyssey? First trailer, I was a little hyped, but then that latest trailer, I was like, that kind of killed my hype for it a little bit. Like, why the hell you got Travis Scott in the film? Full episode 1 of Primal season 3 is on YouTube. Huh. I'm guessing they put out that episode to draw you into whatever streaming service it is. Give you a little tease of it. Give you a little dose. Give you a little dose of the drugs to make you want more. You've never played, but you like it. You have to take a closer listen. Yeah, check out Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter is a great series. It inspires a lot of my designs and stuff. Have you seen live action How to Train Your Dragon 2 is confirmed coming out this year? I didn't even see the first live action one. So. I like the animated films, and so I was like, I heard it's basically just like shot for shot, and a lot of times with the scenes and everything. So I was like, I don't really have a feel like a need to go see it or anything. They're playing Valkys voice actor, the only good live action in your opinion. See a lot of World of Warcraft in your designs. Do you find inspirations in the world? Yeah. World of Warcraft, Monster Hunter, Pokemon. I mean, I like Final Fantasy, Lord of the Rings. What else? A little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh too. Just all the shit I grew up liking. All that stuff inspires my designs. $3 trillion years? Jeez, that's a long time. Do I have any tips for writing / world building? Read. Writing world building. I mean, the best source for world building and stuff, if you want to build up mythology, is just study mythology. Study like our own mythologies here throughout, you know, Greek mythology, Norse mythology, any sort of, you know, mythologies, Chinese, Japanese. I mean, you can get a lot of stuff for world building just from that. Religion. Depends if you want to go like more fantasy, medieval style. If you want to go like futuristic, then I would either read sci-fi books or watch, you know, sci-fi movies. You've tried drawing before, but you're such a perfectionist, so it becomes difficult to enjoy, but writing is your medium for world building. There you go. I mean, writing, listen, look at all the great, I mean, the most successful people in world building have been like, you know, writers, like Tolkien, right? You know? So... writing's kind of like the building block for world building. If you want to make like a super in-depth, detailed world, you gotta have writing. That's how you tell your stories. But I've always been a drawer myself, so that's where I start from with my world building. You got your, also I got your Colgrath book for my birthday 4 days ago. You love it? Nice. Steven, thanks for the support. Appreciate it. Glad you like it. Next time I do a book though, I want to make it way better. And have it be a more complete, like, compendium of the world, so it'll be more than just creatures, you know. It'll be characters and races and more lore, and whenever I finally have the time, I'll draw out some environments and do some character story arcs, and which would include a bunch of the creatures that I've designed. So you can see, like, I'll draw scenes of like certain characters facing off against certain creatures, or maybe taming certain creatures as companions. You know, them's the grand plans, you know. Long-term goals. Futuristic stuff is a wide range because you look at aliens that's set in the future, look at cyberpunk, they're very different, both sci-fi. Yeah, there's tons of different futuristic stuff. I've always been more into medieval fantasy type stuff than the futuristic things. That's always been my style. Are there vessels of gods in this world? Because the barbarian chief gains aspects of the wolf. No, you're thinking of the berserker, the Jarl, Ragnaroth. He was granted a blessing from the wolf god, Fenrithir. Have you ever read Wings of Fire or Warrior Cats? No. I'll be honest with you, I don't really read too much novels. I don't really read any fantasy stuff. Oh, Cypher the Creature with a $10 donation. I love your drawings and lore. They're so great. Thank you so much, Cypher. I appreciate the $10. Thank you. Thank you for the support. I'm glad you like it. Glad you'll get some entertainment out of this, you know? I want to start live streaming some more because it just seems like that's kind of the future of the YouTube platform in general. So I want to be doing these more often. Especially now with all this AI shit taking over and the AI slop, AI generated videos where you're literally just gonna have a bunch of fake creators. You're not gonna know who's real and who's not. So luckily I've been on YouTube long enough where y'all know that I'm not an AI. And you know I'm just a real guy. I'm just a real dude. I'm just doing my thing here. You read manga? No, I was always anime. I'd always just, dude, I'm a visual creature. I love watching shows and stuff. So I was never a manga guy. I was an anime. The stuff I read is usually would be like nonfiction. It would be like totally random stuff. Like, let me see. Plus, I just use Audible because like I already do so many things close up. Having to like read on top of like drawing and everything, I already have terrible eyesight. So I'll have some books on like philosophy or psychology and like life, not like self-help books, but I like stuff like that. Just like mindset type of things. Josh ain't a clanker. I ain't no clanker. Ain't no clankers up in here, brother. We don't take kindly to clankers around here. A soup cultist class? I mean, technically that would just be a chef. The chef would be the class. Boris is a chef. ChatGPT often overdoes it when I use it to help me write. I want it to make templates, not... Yeah. ChatGPT, stuff like that is good just for laying out kind of like basic building blocks for things. But if you ever ask it to like write you something like a legit script or something, like it's so awkward sounding. But I think that's the best. I think something like ChatGPT is good for things like if you want to plan out certain things, like laying out if you have certain goals and like steps. So like, hey, I want to hit these thresholds or this, make me like some little plan. Like you use it for even like workout plans. You could use it for stuff like that. Or financial things. I like that's when I'll use it. I'll lay out, write me out this 12-month plan that I could go to alleviate this debt or this thing based upon this time frame. And it's good for things like that, but for like the creative stuff, it's not that great. Like if you've ever tried using like ChatGPT to like come up with like creature designs, it can't generate like something unique at all. Like it doesn't know how to combine like inanimate objects with like a creature design to make it into something, like some weird theme. It's not capable of any of that shit. That's human power, baby. That's human power. Well, this one's just about Dunzo. Now comes the coloring. Channel the power of soup before battle. Good old Boris. Use ChatGPT to help bring character design into like a concept art sort of phase. It's cool to see your imagination outside your head. True. True. Pull from that little color palette. Can the fur from the B-Rex be used to make things like a cloak? If so, what effects would it have? Yeah. So the fur is how it stores the electricity. So like the spikes work like lightning rods. So lightning strikes the spikes, and then it gets contained within the fur. So if you had like a fur, like some sort of cloak or any sort of armor, then the fur could retain electricity. So if you're like some mage or something that has, you know, lightning spells, it would power up your spells, basically. Because you can contain more energy. More magical, elemental energy. Lightning gauntlets with a bit of B-Rex fur. You'd have lightning punches. Yeah, that'd be sick. Thunder punch. Bee-boo. Throw them hands, son. Knuckle up, bruh. Knuckle up. I think fist weapons are underrated in fantasy stuff, like video games. B-Rex deviant like Hellblade Glavenus, the Dragon Storm King. Yeah. The Dragon Storm King. You think you'll ever design a Spinosaur? I already got one, dude. It's in my bestiary book. I got a little Spinosaurus up in there. It's actually a pretty cool looking creature design, if I do say so myself. I mean, it's a Spinosaurus, but it's like I made it more like goose-like and crocodilian-like. It's called the Sobek. Inspired by the Egyptian god Sobek. Since Sobek's like a crocodilian, so it's got like some crocodilian aspects to it. And the gimmick of the Sobek is that its sail can absorb such high amounts of like solar energy that it heats up water that it stores in its gullet to shoot out like a superheated water beam. So, yep, that's my little Spinosaur dinosaur. It's really stubby. Yeah, it's got them stubby little legs. Stubby legs, long neck, big old gator-like tail. Cool color palette, you know. It's one of my favorite things about that design. The tannish gold with that kind of dark royal blue combo. That's like become one of my favorite color combos. Like blues and yellows. It's like Skuldrin from How to Train Your Dragon. Which one's Skuldrin? Skuldrin. I don't know the names of any of the damn dragons from How to Train Your Dragon. I know Toothless is a... Is it Nightwing? Or, no. What's it called? What's Toothless's species called? A night something? Night Howl? I don't remember. I don't remember. See ya, Cypher. Appreciate you coming and chilling. Night Fury, that's what it is. Night Fury. I was thinking of, any of y'all ever seen Step Brothers? One of the greatest comedies of all time? You have to call me Nighthawk. The one that can spit out boiling water enemies. I don't remember that one. Is it in the any of the 3 original films? My favorite from that series is the Bewilderbeast. That's my favorite dragon from that series. And there'll be a night feeder type of creature. A mega raptorid. A night feeder. You should make cards to collect for your month. I've thought about so many different things. But I'm just like, I have so much work to do to establish the world first before I can make stuff like collectible cards. I even thought about just designing like, you know, a regular deck of cards, like, you know, hearts and spades and all that kind of stuff, but then just designing the little symbols for ace, king, queen, all that, and like each one be a different creature or something. I even thought about doing things like that, but eventually I'll be able to do more stuff like that. I'm just trying to manage so many different things that I just can't do everything at once. Because, like, my world building stuff, like, this is like the lowest priority of my responsibilities. So I have my primary job, then I do obviously freelance art where I work for clients and do commissions and stuff like that. And then after that, then I can do my world building stuff or things like that. So there's a tier list of responsibilities. You love Step Brothers? Grew up on that movie, dude. Step Brothers, all time great. I've probably seen that movie at least 15 times. I quote the whole damn thing. But I'm like that with all Will Ferrell movies. That's my goat. Anything Will Ferrell, Old School, Talladega Nights, Anchorman, The Other Guys. Come on, man. That's the GOAT. What if you made an ankylosaurus that shot a condensed stream of water from its tail? Stream of water. Where would it store it? In its shell or something? Have you always preferred creature design? Do you like it more than character design? Well, I mean, I just kind of like drawing creatures more in general, so I've kind of always preferred that, but character design is, I mean, I love character design too, but I think character design is probably more important for world building, because obviously you're going to be telling, if you want like lore and telling the stories about people who live in whatever the world is, then you got to have characters, right? So shout out to the Elden Worm. You even wear them as jewelry. Nice. Ammonite shells. Cool. Good old Elden Worm, the progenitor. Typhumarang or the Timberjack? Yeah. I don't know any of these dragon species y'all are talking about, but alright, alright. Have you heard of the Thorny Devil who can drink from a puddle just by standing in it? Yeah, the Thorny Devil, I drew I got a theropod, carnotaur-like dinosaur that has some Thorny Devil inspiration in it. About an ankylosaur with earth bending abilities. His clubtail can cause minor earthquakes. I got what did I just design recently? Hold on. Didn't I just do an ankylosaur? Or did I not show y'all? Oh yeah, look. The Dongadon. This is my ankylosaur inspired earth-based creature. I did that a while back. I need to draw some more of this dude. See, I got so many damn creature designs I need to go back and doodle up some more. I've created a bunch of them, but now I need to expand upon them and make them staples in the universe. Go do some Googling? You telling me to go Google? Ain't that fancy Googling around here. Really wish How to Train Your Dragon did a collab with Monster Hunter. It would go hard with the design. So like How to Train Your Dragon, like one of them inside Monster Hunter. But would they update it to fit the Monster Hunter style? That's the question. I wish that that Final Fantasy collab that they did with Monster Hunter, I wish they didn't use, I wish they would have gone with like Leviathan or Bahamut instead of that damn mechanical thing. I don't care about that fight. Oh, actually, hold on. What I'm gonna do for this one, I'm gonna end up making him an elder, so he's gonna have the white fur like the one from the bestiary. I gotta ask, because this is what I really struggle with when deciding a creature, is coming up with a name. Yeah, that can always be a struggle. It's easy if you're going like the scientific name route, because you can just plug into either Google or ChatGPT the Latin translations or Old Greek translations of whatever words you want to combine for the species name, and you can get a name easy that way. But if you want to have like some different type of name, then yeah, it could be difficult. Love my kaiju videos. Thanks, Jake. Everyone, world beasts. I agree with you on that. I want a Leviathan or Bahamut and Monster Hunter Wilds collab. That would have been phenomenal. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want some actual like creature. I want something that looks like it could fit in Monster Hunter. You know, that fight, dude. That's the hardest fight in Wilds. That damn mechanical spider. I hate that fight. It's so hard to get like dang attacks off because it just moves around so much. And then whenever I run with like pugs, like we always get destroyed, man. I think I've only beat it like twice. I think I beat it when I soloed it. Anytime I run with like randoms, dude, we just get destroyed. I'm like, dude, fuck this fight. The only reason I want to do it is for the damn armor and the greatsword, that Dark Knight greatsword. But also, we need to do a little community Monster Hunter Wilds live stream here soon. I was telling OK1 about that. I'll have to make a little private lobby, and then we'll have people hop in, and we can all game it up, yo. Slay some monsters. Start getting some more gaming content on the channel. You're just imagining a lone hunter wandering over to a party of adventurers newbies wearing a B-Rex fur coat. Shoot. I just love kaiju, don't we all? We all love giant monsters. Does Monster Hunter work with PS Plus on PlayStation? PlayStation Plus? What do you mean, like the live thing? The online? You introduce death in your world. Are you planning to bring any other entities of that tier? Perhaps Mother Nature, Father Time? There's going to be other godly type beings. So like each elemental plane has a deity, a god of that elemental plane. And then you have stuff like death. And then you're going to have like the creators of the entire universe, which I'm thinking of two like a god and a goddess, and they're gonna be the idea is obviously like art, right? It's all about like creating stuff. So I figured the two the god and goddess of like the creators of the whole universe will use like art to create, like, you know, like paint. What's like, you know, in Tolkien they have, isn't Tolkien the god, and Tolkien's world, right? Isn't the god, isn't it, didn't he create everything through song or something, right? That's how everything came into existence. So I was thinking of something like that, but not just song, but like painting, writing, by using all these different artistic things. That's how they created the whole and designed and constructed the entire universe. So through song and through painting and all that kind of stuff, that's how they brought it all into fruition. And then you have your different tiers. Then you have like the elemental planes, which have their gods, and then you have stuff like the old gods, which are on Kolgarath, on the actual world of Kolgarath. So Yeah, you need the subscription. Yeah. Same thing with everything. Yeah, you always to play online with any game, you gotta have the subscription service. Yep. See you, Noah. Do you ever do traditional art? Yeah. I don't do traditional art too much anymore. But I mean, honestly, I prefer traditional. I always prefer just drawing pencil and paper, but it's kind of difficult to do live streams or YouTube content and all that stuff. With traditional, it's way easier just doing digital. It's easier to record videos. Obviously, I can live stream. Uploading pictures is easier, all that kind of stuff. So it's just digital art's way more convenient. The great box of socks. Soup, rejoice. So many people watch the traditional art, so there is, but it's just having something set up. Like, I'm not going to use my phone as my camera to record and stream and stuff. I would want it like a legit video camera to use and do all that stuff, and I ain't trying to buy all that right now. Maybe if we ever get into a big enough channel where I can invest more into this stuff, then that's something we could possibly do in the future. But until then, you get the digital art. Bing, bang, boom. Soup up. That's how my beard's gonna look one day. It's gonna be all white. I'm gonna be all old and wrinkly. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great, yeah. Getting old, woohoo. Oh, I forgot to color that little spiky right there. Hold up, wait a minute. Hold up there. When behemoths and sobex fight and kill, and one kills the other, will they eat the dead combatant? Why not? Free food. What's up? Thought about the Nargacuga yet? Eventually we'll do a Nargacuga. Forgot to say you love the idea of a raptor with leopard print fur living in savannah. The plains raptor, the good old plains raptor. It's like an OG. It's one of the first designs I ever did. It's a basic design, you know. It's basically just a velociraptor, but I like having some more low-key, just regular type of creatures, you know. Can't have them all be super fantastical. Could Algarok hunt Dongodon? Oh yeah, hunt him. See, I need to do like some battle scenes, some clashes of species and stuff. That's on the to-do list, you know. I was gonna have a B-Rex taking on a Grave Tusk Mammoth, but I'll just save that for when I eventually do some of my character stories. If we're gonna make a fantasy version of Spinosaurus, yeah, Sobek. It's in my book. It's in my bestiary book. How many times do you think you've been asked about making a fantasy Spinosaur? Probably a lot. It's probably one of the most requested dinosaurs or creatures to use for a creature design. I drew a 5-foot bird creature that's supposed to live 50 million years in the future after humans have died. It has enormous forelimbs that it walks on instead of wings, and it runs like a skull crawler. It leaps on the back of its elephant-like prey and bites its neck with its sharp beak. Ruthless bird. You ever done a Ceratops inspired? Yeah, come on now. The Slaghorn, one of the OGs. That's another one I want to do some more drawings of. Is the Yeti supposed to look like an Oni? Yes, there's Oni inspiration with the Yeti. Soup out. See you, dude. See you later, alligator. What about a Pachycephalosaur inspired creature? Yeah, I'll do something like that eventually. Think you're gonna do another creature design contest? Probably eventually I will. But next time I do a contest, I learned some lessons from that last one, so I'm gonna have to really specify rules and stuff with the contest, and because that last one was a pain to put together, man. Cool beans, we're getting there. We're getting there. What would some changes possibly look like? What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? I made Therizinosaur creature that can shoot fireballs from its claws by slicing them together. Well, I guess I made all them out the same color. Alright. Alrighty then. Almost done with our flats. Nice little beady eye right there, you know? Lovely. Cool. Alright. It's shading time. It's Morbin time. Alright, Lucas, see you later. Thanks for stopping by. And for my shading nowadays, I pretty much just do pretty much just one multiply layer. I go real simple with my shading now. Simple cell shading. How do you manage your line weight? Because when I draw my tablet, lines always feel so bland and boring. Well, that depends on what brush you're using, because certain brushes have line weight built into them, like just pressure sensitivity. But usually, for bigger shapes, have your thicker, bolder lines, and then for your little finer details, you do thinner lines. That's like the most simplest like form of doing like line weight. So like on the arm, the outside of this little forearm here would be thicker lines than the little details on the inside of it. But I don't do as much focus on like my line art with the line weight and everything as much as I used to. When I had way more of a comic book style, I did a lot more like drastic line weight stuff. But the style I've settled on for this stuff, it's not as crazy with the line weight, but there's still some variation between the finer details being thinner lines and then the bigger shapes being a little bit thicker. Thoughts on Dragon Riders? Never heard of it. Never heard of it. Is it a show, a movie, a game? Do you like the chemistries from Monster Hunter? Yeah, I like chemistries. Chemistries is a real cool design. It's one of the cooler looking new monsters in my opinion. It sucks that he's so weak though. It's one of those fights where you just beat the hell out of it. The Chemistry's greatsword in particular is real cool looking. It's one of my favorite greatsword designs in Wilds. But I want more brute wyverns in general in Monster Hunter. It's my favorite monster type. Or monster class, whatever you want to call it. The concept of Dragon Riders, yeah, that's cool. Listen, being a mount, like having a creature mount and anything's cool. Dragons, dinosaurs, woolly mammoths, anything. Mounts are just cool in general. Similar to House of the Dragon. Like for my world, yeah, there would be people who would ride dragons. I mean, technically, in my world, the griffins are basically wyverns. And the kingdom of Hyloria uses griffins as their mounts. Well, the royal guard does, not the peasants, not the peasant folk. A Mabembe mount? Torkatoa? How you gonna sit on that Torkatoa? Your ass will get lit on fire. You'd melt. You'd melt, dude. Oh, you know what? I want to draw the Torkatoa again. But I want to make like I want to make a Torkatoa, but like an ancient Torkatoa where he's all like saggy, his neck's all saggy, like and he's like Oogway, you know? Like a wise old Torkatoa. See, I need to revisit a bunch of my original concepts. Maybe do a little redesign here or there. Probably not too much because you know, once they're established, I don't want to change them up too much, but a behemoth mount. That'd be. I love the behemoth. It's one of my favorite children. The behemoth. A Leviathan mount. Good luck with that. Appreciate you taking time to answer questions and chit chat. Love your work. Helps kickstart my own world building and creativity. No problemo, Jake. See ya. How did Thorok kill the sheer fucking will? He's like John Wick, bro. No, I'll tell the story eventually. You know, once I get the time to draw the scenes and stuff to make a little comic out of it. Let's just say he had some help. I won't say who the help was, but he had some help. In due time. B-Rex mount, Algarak mount. Algarex crossbreed mount. Thunder and fire unite. Which is the best creature turned to soup? I think we established probably the lava bat crab just because it's crab. All of them. Those are sacred duty. Have you watched... Josh, have you watched Gurren Lagann? I don't even know. How do you pronounce that? Gurren Lagann? What is that? Is that an anime or something? Gurren Lagann? What is that? Swedish? What is that? Guten Tag? It's peak. It's an anime. Gurren Lagann, anime with badass drill double-faced mech. Oh, it's a mech anime? Bro. You know, I never realized up until recently. I forgot when I was a kid how many damn anime I used to watch growing up. Just through like Adult Swim and Toonami. Because like sometimes I'll go back on YouTube and like they'll have like some old Toonami commercials and stuff. And they'll show, and I'll remember all the ads and stuff for the Toonami shows coming up. And I'm like, damn, I remember that anime. I was like, I forgot I used to watch that and that. I don't remember the names of any of them, but I just remember being a kid and watching them all. But for mechs, I was a Gundam guy and Zoids. Zoids. Talk about mechs, y'all. Perfect combination of mechs and creatures. Mecha creatures. That was my shit back in the day. Best type of mechs, creature mechs, aka Zoids. That's right. I used to collect Zoids back in the day. I still got a couple of them. I kept my my Berserk Fury, the goat of Zoids, the Berserk Fury, of course. I never got Liger Zero, but I always wanted to get Liger Zero. Would you make a Dino-Ceratin-based creature? I don't know what that is. Hold on, let me Google it. Dino-Ceratin. Oh, that rhino-looking thing? Dinocerata. Bro, I totally forgot that thing exists. Dude, the older I get, honestly, the more I like mammals. Back when I was a kid, I was just all about like reptiles and stuff, but as I gotten older, bro, I think mammals are, especially the big mammals, they're so damn cool. What is the best big monster movie ever? What do you mean, like kaiju? Are you talking about like a kaiju movie? Can you ride a Gravelord? Are you a necromancer, Animezilla? If you're a necromancer, maybe you could pull it off. Yes, kaiju. Well, my personal favorite, honestly, is 2014 Godzilla. Just because that's the film I waited for like my entire life to happen. And it checked about every box I needed to check. There was some more potential it could have squeezed out of it. But if you're talking about critically, if we're trying to disclude like biases and everything like that, it would be, I'd have to go with the original Godzilla movie, 1954, and then -1 would be second. If we're talking critically, like the best films, those would be the best. But personal favorite, just for what I like, 2014 was like one of my favorite movie experiences ever, if not my favorite. The first time I saw that shit in theaters. Full bias, put as much bias as possible, then it's Godzilla 2014. It's my personal favorite. think we're just going to shade the whole tail just to push it into the background. I think that's what we'll do here. Simple. You're going to say Pacific Rim. It's a good one. Pacific Rim is good. The thing that was good about Pacific Rim is it had that classic kaiju feel. It's got mechs, it's got monsters, it's just so peak. Yeah, it's a solid one. It's a good kaiju flick. Yo, are they ever going to make like a legit Gamera movie? Like, is there ever going to be like a big budget Gamera film? Because I was never like a Gamera guy. Growing up, I never watched like any of the movies, but I always thought Gamera looked cool. If G-Rex armor looks like a barbarian, what would armor creatures like Sobek the Yeti or Stoneforge Dragon armor look like? Eventually, I want to do some armor stuff like that too. The Yeti armor, I don't know if we might go more Oni inspiration, so maybe a little bit more like East Asian themed with the Yeti armor. Maybe have like an Oni mask, but then like some fur coated, like maybe a giant pelt on it or something. That would be cool. Yeti armor would be cool now that I'm thinking about it. Pacific Rim is badass on its sequel though. I never saw the sequel. I heard it was so I just never decided to watch it. Alright, now I'm just going to do some little highlights, I guess. We'll do a little bit of highlights and then we'll be done. Don't bother watching it. It only has like 2 or 3 of the original cast. Yeah, the main dude didn't come back, right? What's his name? Charlie. Is it Charlie Hunnam? Is that the actor's name? I forget. But obviously Idris Elba doesn't come back because he dies in the first one. Yeah, Charlie Hunnam. Old Charlie Hunnam. What are the chances of a Sobek and G-Rex? You mean B-Rex? B-Rex? There's G-Rex. As well as needlessly kill off one of the best characters. So again, what sequel? Exactly. There was no sequel here. Yeah, you're bad. It's alright, Titanzilla. It's alright. It's alright. It's okay. It's okay. The chances would be probably 0. Just about 0. They're on different continents. I'll be AFK for a bit, but Sphere just won't be able to hear or won't be able to see or hear anything. BRB. Well, Slinky, we're about to wrap this thing up because I just about finished this damn thing right here. Yeah. Yeah. I think we just about. I'm glad that like now I feel like I finally settled on the style I want to go for with my world. It's a good blend of, you know, different things, and it's got, you know, a little bit of a comic book, anime feel. Not as like simple or cartoony as like Pokemon, but not as overly detailed and complex as like Monster Hunter. And we're separating ourselves from the other creature designers who do more realistic stuff, you know? So I feel good about the style I've settled on. The B-Rex is perfection. Blizzard versus Diablo. The classic matchup. The all-time great matchup. Dude, I miss Primal Rage. They need to... Oh, I wish somebody would get their hands on that IP and make a new damn game. I would love to do that. I forget who owns that. I think does Microsoft own the rights to Primal Rage? If they do, hey Microsoft, hit me up. I'd love to work on your Primal Rage game. Let's bring it back. Let me work on the concept art team. Animal trafficking in your world could brew. Yeah. Maybe the crazy soup cultists who like to you know, basically work as poachers and take rare animals and turn them into soup. Maybe they'll be animal collectors and they'll traffic the rare breeds. Warner Bros. Owns Primal Rage? Okay. Warner Bros. That's very weird that they own Primal Rage. I want a remake, reboot of Primal Rage. It's my favorite. Sauron. Oh, dude. See, I always like Diablo more than Sauron, but Sauron... The cool thing about Sauron is Sauron is bigger. Sauron, I feel like, was like the more physical powerhouse, and then Diablo is the more wicked... You know, you got the fire, more like this hellfire type of abilities. Armadon's a goat, Vertigo. Talon, Blizzard, Chaos. Who am I missing? Anybody? I think that's the original squad, isn't it? Yeah, I would love for them to bring a game like that back. But yeah, alright, so this one's done. So eventually I'll take that and I'll put it on this page here. I'll have to make room and more stuff, but we're getting there. We're getting there with all of our B-Rec stuff. Necrosyn. Yeah, but they came in the second one, though. They weren't in the original Primal Rage. They were in the second one. I used to have... I think I used to have the Slash Fang toy back in the day. I'm pretty sure I did. I'll have to find it. It's not here. I keep it... I think it is stored at my mom's house. Next time I visit, I'll try and find... I have a Primal Rage board game. Super old board game. But I used to play that shit all the time. They should remake Primal Rage, but I think they should expand their roster. Yeah, they would need to expand their roster. A Spinosaurus or a Mammoth Fighter, yeah. There's definitely a lot of cool stuff they can do. I would love for them to come out with a new Primal Rage. As well as a Sauropod Fighter, yeah. I would like them to... take the creatures and make them a little bit more than just like based on one type of animal. It'd be cool if they did a little bit more with their creature designs. If they were to do like a remake, you know? But that would be sick. That would be sick. But, alright, y'all. Little solid, what was this, 2.5 hours we were streaming? A little solid 2.5 hour stream tonight. Not too shabby. Got a little piece of artwork done. Talk some shit, you know. Would you say Brurex is more like Sauron or Diablo? Ooh, probably more like Sauron. Because then Algarok, the other T-Rex, would probably be more like Diablo, because it's fire element. You inspired me to make my own creatures, and I'm making a game too. Nice, Snake Hunter. Nice. Happy to hear that. But alright, y'all. We're going to wrap this one up. Do me a solid. Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Yada, yada, yada. I might try and live stream it again sometime this week. I want to start doing this more often. At least... I want to do it at least once a week, live streams, and possibly do more, because we gotta start growing, you know. And I think live streams the way to start going with this stuff. But all right, y'all, thanks for hanging out. It's been real. It's been fun. I'll see you next time.